Hey YouTube, we are in the desert outside of Las Vegas with this Polaris Rzr 900, and we are going to show you around the Valley of Fire and surrounding areas of Las Vegas while we have it. So enjoy. Hey YouTube, so this is going to be the first video in the series. We got the UTV from Law Power Sports, and I threw the URL in there so you can see where they're at. That's their shop right there on the left, and they are located in Overton, which is right outside of the Logandale Trail System, if you want to Google Logandale, which is part of the Valley of Fire. It's about maybe an hour or less outside of Las Vegas, so it's really easy to get to. And like price-wise, if you're wondering, it's like less than $500 to get one of these. It depends on if you get like the 2-door or the 4-door, and you get it basically for like half a day. And then they give you like a paper map, and they just basically spend 10 minutes with you or whatever to get you out in the desert, and then you have the day to go do their loop. So the map they have is basically this like large like loop of an area that takes you through the Valley of Fire and through a bunch of sand dunes and all this like really cool stuff. And you have more than enough time to like go out there and like have a blast with it. So this part of the video right here, what we're doing is we're going over the unit, and we're looking for any major damage. So then when we return it, they'll inspect it and make sure that everything's like copacetic and good with it. And you can see these different units they have. We're going to get this red one right here that we're spending so much time like walking around looking at. Now, I know, like I've said in the past, like, you always go out in pairs, and, you can have mechanical problems and all this kind of stuff. They have safety measures to make it so it's like totally safe to go out by yourself. So we're kind of breaking our own rules a little bit, but not totally. So you notice that like on the front, on the passenger side, there's like this like little clip looking thing. That's a emergency GPS unit. It's a thing that he has in his left hand. And then where the mirror was on the right, that's a GPS unit that they're going to have there that mounts also. And he's trying to show us how to use it and everything. Basically what he's telling us is there is like little blue lines like on a GPS unit, and you just follow the line. It's just like Google Maps or whatever. It's like really easy, but it's for off-roading. And then if you leave like their waypoints or whatever that they have like already pre-set up, then it just starts putting little breadcrumbs like on the map, so then you know how to get back onto track. Like, so if you see something cool you want to go check it out, like go check it out. But he also explained to us like the whole Logandale system with the rangers and stuff, and you don't like touch the tortoises, or you get fined like $50,000 or something like that. And you try to stay on the trails as much as possible, tread lightly and all that kind of stuff. The other little orange box that he has there, and we'll jump to it so you can see it. That little box there is a magic little box. It basically talks to the satellites, so it doesn't actually matter if you have any cell coverage or not. And that little box has buttons all over it, and they have like one button set up that you push like if you get a flat tire, another button that you push if you have a mechanical problem, and a button that you push if you like run out of gas. It tells the shop like that you're having a problem and roughly like what you need to have them come get you to fix like the problem. So basically, because you have this like little homing device thing, you can always contact the shop and get them to pop out and help you. And they're only like say maybe 30 minutes away at the most. So it's not like the end of the world if something happens out there. And they're also tracking your location with this thing. So even if hypothetically you broke down and you couldn't figure out how to push a button, somebody's going to come and get you, and they're going to know exactly where you're at. And they even told us like if you decide to like leave the UTV somewhere and like go like hike up a mountain or something, because there's all this like kind of stuff that you can do out there. They're like, take the GPS unit with you. They don't care if like the UTV gets lost. I mean, they care, but they care more about like being able to find you. So they're like, always take that little orange box with you in the desert. So that's kind of the safety thing of having like somebody kind of with you that's not really with you. And then the other thing is they have cameras on these units, and they have a forward facing camera and then a cab facing camera also. And we have the footage from that too, so you're going to be able to see some ultra stable footage of all the places that we went, which is like really cool. So let's just kind of jump over to some footage. Comments? Hey, so this is like the footage from the forward-facing camera, what it looks like. So anyway, there's like a GPS indicator, and then like a date and time that they have on all their footage. And you can see how much more stable, obviously, having a camera mounted on the vehicle is than that footage that you just saw with me hand holding my camera. But we're going to jump back and forth between the different footage. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the footage because obviously, you don't want to see like hours and hours of footage. So basically that little tiny road that we just took was all the city driving that was required to get out to the desert. And then he's basically just going to take us to basically the beginning of the waypoints on the GPS, and then he'll just cut us loose after a little quick discussion. And once he's is 100% sure that we're totally happy with the unit and we know how to actually do it, and we don't have any like last minute questions of hey, how do you do this or how do you do that. Um, so up here on the right is actually a shooting range, and we are headed basically outside of the Overton area, and this is the eastern side of the Logandale Trail system. So what you're seeing here is basically just us um, essentially following him, and he is going to take us to the drop-off location in the desert, and then from there he just will. So the Logandale system is part of the BLM, which is the Bureau of Land Management. It's basically this large area in Nevada where you can go and take off-road vehicles, and since it's BLM, I believe that they even allow you to do free camping out here. And you'll hear people talk about BLM all the time, and before I didn't even know what it stood for. Yeah, Bureau of Land Management. On the right, like I was saying, is a shooting range, and when I say shooting range, people are just shooting their guns like up against a mountainside or whatever, and they have like little tables and stuff. And he was just saying, make sure you stay on the road, don't go over there next to the mountain because it would be totally stupid to be driving in front of people that are shooting guns. Obviously, there wasn't like a ton of people over there shooting guns, so like it wasn't even loud enough to even notice that it was going on. When we came back, I think we noticed a couple people were over there. You can maybe see in the distance like the little the box or whatever where the shooting range is. But it's just sort of, you just pull your truck up over there, and then you set up a little table, and then you just shoot into that dirt area or whatever. So this is the little trial that we're doing with him right now, where we're going out with him to the drop-off location, and he's just making sure that we're not like a bunch of tards or whatever. And he's happy with us, and we're happy with him, and happy with the unit and all that kind of stuff. And then he'll just cut us loose, and then we'll have a vehicle from there for the half the day or whatever to just explore all this area on our own. The Logan Trail system is about 200 miles, so it is, it's pretty big. I don't know how many miles like AOAA is, but I do know, like, if you go from one side of the park to the other side, it could take like an hour, say, or 2 hours. So maybe this might be as big as, say, AOAA, but it's a really large area. So this is a drop-off location. So this is a drop-off location, and this is like basically your last chance to ask any questions before you go out on your own, basically. And that's another one of the rentals. That's a two-door Polaris 1000. They also have Mavericks that you can rent if you'd rather have a Can-Am. And so we just basically confirm with him like the time that we need to get back and stuff, and then we head out. And so you'll get to see in the next videos more of the footage of us being on our own. So please like and subscribe. Thanks.